Ari catches the biggest bass.
Got him. Got him. Got him. Yes, boys. Oh, sorry. There we go. That one might be better. Oh, better. Hey, yes sir. Oh.
Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. I know you probably can't tell where I'm at, but I'm here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. We came to this Bass Pro a couple days ago. I was walking through, you know, you see a Bass Pro, you gotta stop. It's secondhand nature. It's just nature. It's not even secondhand, it's nature at this point. I see a Bass Pro, I stop off the side of the interstate, we stop, pull over. I was walking through, and the cool thing about Bass Pro is it seems like sometimes every store has something a little bit different. It might not be, you know, anything too different, but every store has like a different product. Sometimes I think companies will push products to, you know, certain stores in certain areas to see if they'll pick up, and then they'll send them to more stores. It makes sense. It's a good retail strategy. But I was walking through this store, I saw like this little tackle bag thing that I've never seen before. We're gonna go in here, get it, and we're gonna take it, hopefully go catch some bigmouth bass on it. And I think this bag might be a good opportunity to turn this video into like a multi-species. Like the main thing of it is bass, but there's also some like micro fishing lures that we can use. So we're at the Bass Pro Shops outpost here in Tennessee, Chattanooga. I've never been to a Bass Pro Shops outpost. I don't know what that means. My girlfriend pointed that out to me and I have no clue. So we're gonna go in here, get this little bag, maybe even buy some, I need some more tungsten. That's exactly how these trips get expensive. I come in with an original plan and then I'm like, oh, I need about 5 other things. So man, I love coming into a new Bass Pro because all of them are always set up a little bit different.
Those big old coolers, you could put a full deer in that. Well, maybe the size of deer that I kill, maybe not big deer, but it's a big cooler. That's a lot of fish fillets you could fit in that.
I really wasn't mentally prepared for Tennessee because it's like 10 degrees colder here than it is at home. At home, it's already, you know, summertime weather, but here it's a little frigid.
All right, boys, here it is, the Plano Let's Fish fishing kit. Look at it, you get a little sling pack. That's gonna be clutch for like the little evening pond missions. All right, let's see what all comes in it. Money minnow grubs, some shaky worms, so shaky head worms, jig heads for your shaky head worms. You get like crappie lures, bobbers, Aberdeen hook. You get split shots, kind of live bait hooks. I'm not super familiar with the crappie stuff.
We're gonna snag this. I don't know how much it costs, but I can't imagine this thing is more than $40. See, this is how this starts to get dangerous, is I just start picking stuff up. I'm like, I don't care how much it costs, I'll get it. You get up to the register and it's $60. You're like, All right, boys, that was 44 bucks. I'm not personally too big of like a multi-species angler. There's really not a better time to be a multi-species angler than right now. You got the crappie spawning, bass spawning, crappie are like moving up shallow. So really you could go and do either. You could have a spinning rod rigged up for bass fishing and you can have one for crappie. So we're gonna go and try to do a multi-species thing. I don't want to promise y'all a crappie, but Lord knows it's been heavy on my heart and I feel like there is no better time than right now to do this. And also, so if I can go catch a limit of crappie on the crappie jigs that I got, that'll kind of make up for the $44 price tag for this bag. I don't know if me personally, I would spend $44 on this if I wasn't making this video for you guys. Let's see, maybe I'll go change my mind. All that it takes to change my mind is either 1 3-pounder or one of the worms, or, well, I mean, it's a 32-piece kit, but I don't know. I feel like you could put this kit together, minus the bag and the tackle box, for cheaper. But we'll see. It could be a steal. I don't know.
Love you, mama.
All right, I love you too, son. Be safe today. John.
Yes, man. You too. Have a good day.
Okay, you too.
All right, guys. We have made it out on the water. So what we're doing, we have our little, what was that? Oh, my garment cover. We have our little tackle bag here. You know, in my initial, oh, look at all those fish that just pulled up. Look at them. That is the coolest thing about forward-facing sonar. Like if you just sit and watch sometimes, I don't know if those are bait fish or those are bass, what they are. But like you can see like big groups of fish being chased by shad if you just sit and watch, like say you don't take any rods with you. So we're gonna use this a little bit today because we haven't used them in so long, and I think it's kind of cool. I think it has a place, but I don't want to bombard y'all with it because I probably feel the same way a lot of y'all do. Like it's a cool tool for like what I do, you know, but I think it's kind of better to fish off of your instincts, and it's good in situations. Look at all these, look at all those bait fish. That's awesome. All right, so in our tackle box, I did add a few little bullet weights just because if we Texas rig these worms that we have, I would like to have weights just so they don't have to free fall. And a Texas rig might be a little bit better situation. So what we have our, I don't think I've opened any of these. There might be some extra stuff in here. We have these little lures. I thought these already came with hooks. It'll be interesting if we can get something to bite one of these today, which I'm not too confident in it, but we're gonna try it. The way that I normally do these videos is I find a lure that works really well, and then I just stick to that one. So we got these little worms, which I'm sure should be fairly productive for us today. Should be able to stick a few big mouth bass with those. We also have a few, we have these hooks to go with those worms. We have a few small jig heads. I think these are probably like, I don't know, 1/16 ounce, maybe a 32nd ounce. We have a few small jigs, so maybe crappie jigs, bluegill jigs, whatever you would want to call these. We have some like beetle spin imitation lures. And then we also have a few more smaller crappie jigs, like super small actually, or just little panfish jigs. More panfish jigs, and some dividers for our tackle box. A little card, what does this say? Let's see, catch more fish. Yeah, just kind of like a little inventory card on what all came with our box, what everything's used for. We have this big jig head that is for our big swim baits. I don't know, I feel like this is kind of like a multi-species thing. I don't really see a bass wanting to eat that. We also have split shots and kind of live bait hooks, worm hooks, hooks that you can use for really anything. So we got a good variety of lures to catch different species of fish. All right, here's our Texas rig. What type of worm is this? Watermelon shaky worms. I'm not even familiar with this like profile worm. So we're gonna start off with this. I'm not even gonna rig up that beetle spin yet. I wanna get a few casts in with this. I feel like this could be a good lure to start off with this morning. Okay, this is a super small jig. I feel like if I push the plastic all the way up onto the head, it'll be kind of awkward, so I'm gonna leave it like this. All right, let's see. Hey, father. Got him. Yes, boys. Oh, sorry. Cool. Finally. Got us one. Whew. Dude, thank you so much. You have no idea how good you feel. Also, how warm you are. This fish is like really warm. Cool. All right. There is our first one on the Texas rig, weighted. Awesome. Whew, that took us a long time. So the cool thing is this is the only bass lure that we have. So I can pretty much throw this thing all day. All right. Cool. Ooh, I'm happy he stayed on. I would have been crushed if he let that go. Let's go. First one. I wonder if I could get away. I might need like a smaller bullet weight. That might be part of my problem. The fall might be a little bit too fast for them. Because they ate, last time I was here, I got a whole bunch of bites on the weightless worms. So I feel like that might be the best way to catch fish out of here is on something weightless. So maybe like a super small weight, like a 32nd ounce bullet weight if they make them that small might be. But also I let it sit for a lot longer that time. Maybe I'm working it too fast. Because that time I was getting stuck, so he just kind of swam over to it and got it while I was trying to get my trolling motor unstuck. There we go. That one might be better. Oh, better. Hey, yes, sir. Oh, what was I doing? I just opened my bell. I don't know what now I thought that was a good idea. One thing that sucks is I don't have spot lock. Also, this fish, super strong. He's kind of big. That's why he's so strong. Come on. Let's get in here. All right, boys, that's number 2. Up on the sides, also 2 good hook sets. Top of the mouth. All right, that's a good long one. If we were in a tournament, that is one that you would want. Look how long that fish is. All right, guys, that is fish number 2. Good old big mouth bass. All right, awesome. See you later. Oh, he's gonna do it too. Dude, both of the fish, that one was super strong. Both of them have done some type of cool backflip ordeal whenever I put them back. I love it when they do that. I just feel like that means that they're saying like, thank you for putting me back. Thank you for not cooking me. And then also it's like, I don't know, it's just a cool thing that they do. It's like, oh, you put me back in time. You know, I'm not in bad shape. I can go back and live a good life. And it's a good thing if they're eating like just a regular worm like this. You can catch, you know, if you're really catching them, you can probably catch about 10, 12 fish on one of these worms. You know, if you're catching them and bringing them in quick enough before they're able to tear it up and you're keeping it out of trees. I think that's what deteriorates the worms the fastest. You know, everybody's like, oh, I only caught one worm, or I only caught one fish, but how many times did you cast it up in a tree and have to pop it out, or, you know. So definitely have had to slow down my retrieve a good bit, but if that means we're catching fish, I'm more than willing to do it. Not really using the live scope too much. I know y'all can probably see it on, or y'all definitely see it. So, not really using it too much. I'm just I'm casting up against the bank, but I'm using this just to look out in front of me. And I mean, like, there's some fish down there. Those don't look like they're too big. And you just never know. You never know. There could be a big school of bass, you know, 2-3 pounders that are, a school of 2 or 3 pounders that are out there, and wouldn't hurt to, oh, that's how you break a worm off. Wouldn't hurt to get a little quick cast at them. All right, a little side tip for y'all, just so you can get the most out of your plastics, because I know plastics aren't cheap, and if you are able to get them cheap from somewhere, my first question is, where are you getting them? And second, like, who are you taking them from? All right, a little tip for y'all. I'm sure a lot of y'all probably already know this, but somebody might not, so I'm gonna say it anyway. Whenever your lure gets to this and you kind of reach a point where it's hard to hook, like this whole area is where my hook needs to be at, but as you see, it's pretty torn up. Like, I put my hook in the middle and on each side. One thing that you can do if your worm's long enough, like this is a maybe 5-inch worm or so it's long enough to do it. You can bite a little bit off the head, or you can take your scissors and cut a little bit off. I personally like to bite it, but just for the demonstration, we'll cut. And I mean, you just cut, you know, 2 or 3 notches down. Make sure your worm's still long enough to fish. And you just re-rig it. Then cutting that head down will move the spot where you need to Texas rig it down, you know, by the distance that you cut down on it. Sometimes you have to cut it farther than other times. It just kind of depends on the worm and how beat up it is. So like here, I'll just these little slim worms are like these open pore style worms. With what I mean by open pore, like a flat top like this, a little bit more difficult because there's not as much plastic to hook into, but still can be done. So see, and then if you're really struggling, once you do the same process that you already did, like once this part right here gets messed up, you can just take this part, you can put it on a Ned rig, which this thing might actually do pretty good from like here down. Might actually be pretty deadly on a Ned rig. Has that little wobbling action. I'm a fan of the cast I just made. I feel like I should catch one on it. Should be a fish over here somewhere. There we go. Oh, little one. Number 3 though. All right, I think our worm's done after this one. I felt that little nibble. I was like, yeah, we got to send it on him. Normally that doesn't work out for me, so I'm happy it did this time. It's the smallest one of the day. I thought we were starting to slowly put a better day together, but took a step backwards on this one. But a fish is a fish is a fish. Still fun. Small ones are fun. Thankful for all of them. All right, see you later. Dude, all 3 of them have done that. We're on a hot streak, so that has to mean something good. I'm gonna claim right now a 10-pounder that's gonna do that later today. Just, oh, that's so good. I feel like there's a lesson to be learned in today, and like slowing down. Sometimes slowing down is the way to go. Especially my favorite thing is like I'm not catching anything for the first couple of hours, and then that one cast that you make and you get a backlash, or you have to you're fumbling with something and then you have a fish on. I feel like that's just the fish telling you, hey, you got to slow it down. And it really helps when you catch like 2 or 3, you kind of get the ball rolling a little bit. That helps me to like actually say, okay, that's how I'm going to catch fish, so I have to do it. Because if I had it my way, I'd make a cast up in here, I'd pop it 2 or 3 times, pull it out, make another cast, pop it 2 or 3 times, pull it out. But sometimes that's not always the way. Sometimes you gotta slow it down, and the fish will tell you. If you sit and kind of hang out with them a little bit, they'll let you know. I mean, I wouldn't say it necessarily means that they're like slow or lethargic. I just feel like they just kind of need time sometimes to. Not everybody, some people want to sit and enjoy their steak. Some other people are just gonna, eat it. So I feel like that's kind of the same thing with fish. And you kind of will only kind of learn the cadence that they want. The only way that you'll know that is by going out. I could do this today, and then you could go out on your home body of water, and it could not work. They could want it, fast pops, or fast twitches, and then they hit it on that, quick twitch. They could hit on that quick, pop of your rod, but you never know. That's the cool thing about fishing. It's like you can watch all the videos in the world, but those will only get you so far. The best thing to do is just go out on your home body of water and explore it yourself. And that's the cool thing also too, is like you can have a place that looks just like this, but it fishes, totally different. There's another one, another small one. Come here, dude. That's not the one I was hoping for over here by this dam. Kind of figured that the one over here would be a big one. But nonetheless, fish number 4. Putting together a little day, slowly but surely. No big ones, but still fish. A fish is a fish is a fish. Like I said earlier, I am thankful for every single one of these fish that I'm able to catch. All right, guys, I don't know if y'all can see it. I had turned the camera off. I was getting ready to get out, but there is a fish up here on bed that I'm gonna try to catch. I feel like I should be able to get him. I'll be swimming up to it. Yeah, he'll eat it. That's a good thing about this time of year. It's like they bed for, I feel like, such a long time. Like you kind of have a month of the spawn. I feel like we're definitely closer to post spawn than we are to the spawn. But that's the good thing about this time of year. Is like, really, you still got to be looking, because a lot of fish you'll catch and they'll still be in that spawning mode. They're still sitting on a bed. I wanted to catch them from the kayak, but I think I'm gonna have to get up on the bank because I really can't see them. And I mean, you can catch them by feeling for them, but oh, hopefully that doesn't mess them up. Maybe I can stand right here behind this. Oh, that's kind of a good one also. Oh, had him. Oh man, all right. This is a horrible time not to have bed fishing baits with me. I feel like I need to just always keep them. Like this time of year, I just need to keep a pack of something in the kayak at all times. Well, he hooked me that time. I got the hook in my pinky. He took the worm. All right, we got 2 worms left.
3 hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
Got him. Got him. I literally just had to let it sit down there. That took about 2 hours, but we finally did it, boys. We finally did it on the little jig. Okay, I have thrown literally everything. I lost that big red hook that I showed you at the beginning of the video. I lost all of the hooks that came in the kit. And this fish literally took me so long to catch. Oh, he has my hook in the back of his throat. I kind of feel bad about that. I don't know if I'll be able to get it. I don't want to cause more like damage to him than I need to. But hey, that's the biggest one of the day. Golly, man, that took us so long. That might be a new record for the amount of time I've spent on a bedfish. I mean, he was eating it, but he would never get the hook. Every time he would get the hook, my line would break. Because I was using that light line, which I probably should have just went straight to the braid earlier, but cool. We're gonna put him right back. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I literally just let my grub I was throwing, I just let it sit underneath that rock and he ate it. Because every time I would walk away, he would come right back to the spot. I knew the spot that I need to be at, and I mean, he was paying it attention, but finally got one. This little white grub. I just had to let it sit, and I kind of turned my back because he could see me. I turned my back, and he came over and grabbed it. And then I saw it hanging out of the corner of his mouth, set the hook, and he was there. Man, I set the hook on that fish once. He came up out of the water, so I know I had him pinned really good. Just made one more cast back in to see if he'd eat it again. He came back to it. Man, that is crazy. Ooh. Man. Normally, like whenever I get done fishing, I'm like, all right, where's the next spot? But I need to go take a nap after that.
Chasing a bag, I'm racing the clock. Look at him block, watching him flop. Used to see this in my sleep. When I ain't had shit but my thoughts in the car, I really was lost. Now I'm public with the soundscapes.